All hail.
Hello, how are we doing? So, on my way home I was just having a good old think, making my way downtown, walking fast, faces passing, I'm homebound, and I was just thinking to myself, as much disdain as I have for the old Ranting community, and I've made a video about that before where I'm glad I managed to miss most of the prime of the old Ranting community, the thing I do miss from around about the area I showed up on YouTube is the ability for rant channels to grow and be truly successful. Now realistically, I can't really complain too much. This channel has 1133 subs, which after being activated apparently got rid of whatever shadow ban was on there the first time I was here. And so my sub count went down to 1063 because of closed accounts and people unsubscribing when they realised my channel was back up, we'd fallen out, they hadn't unsubbed. And it's jumped by about 70 subscribers since the channel was reactivated just over a month ago. So I'm doing alright, but the thing is, I think my channel probably would have done better if I'd been in my prime of this channel around about 2014, 2015. See, a lot of your old rant channels used to do really well. I'm talking mates I've got who don't make content anymore, with 5-figure sub counts just from ranting. Now, I might not be as prominent or as good at ranting as these guys, but I do think I'm pretty good at this whole yelling at a camera talking shit thing. You know? And I do feel part of the problem is a lot of YouTube's algorithm-related bullshit, censoring, so on and so forth. But I also feel it's in part because the demand for ranters isn't what it was. You've also got a lot more users and a lot more other fucking extenuating factors that cut rant channels down a little bit. But I genuinely feel like there are people I know with higher sub counts than me, much higher sub counts than me, that don't make content as good as me, and that's not me being cocky, it's the fact that I feel I've got better camera presence than some people with 3 times my sub count plus. But then it's not just me, it's the fact that what's left of the ranting community, or what could be considered a ranting community, within my group of friends anyway, there are a bunch of extremely talented people I feel would thrive more in the old era, and I feel should have a fuck ton more subs. Like last night. Right, last night, as of the filming of this video, this will probably go live later than the day I'm recording it, but last night, as I'm recording this, I gave a shout out to Professor Curious and the Bunny Gathering, and they're among others that I reckon would have thrived back in the day, right? Like, these guys make really fucking good content. Like, I would say their content definitely matches up to my best videos. Like, these dudes are really good, and if you're not subscribed to them, go give them a sub. But there are other people, like Steve Trowbridge, just off the top of my head, who should have a shit ton more subs than they currently have, because their content's very good. I just think that because YouTube is the way it is now, versus the way it was 9 or 10 years ago, he doesn't have that traction. And you could say, oh, well Damo, these guys don't upload as frequently. Yeah, but you shouldn't need to upload every fucking week to get some traction. I mean, that's my problem on my Not channel. I've stopped uploading content there, and the number of subs I've gotten on my other channel has basically come to a standstill. Whereas I've started uploading here again, and the sub count's jumped. But that's not to say you don't have smaller channels doing well. Exact the Celtics guy is now at 900 and something, and I reckon he'll be at 1,000 by fucking at least March next year, by my estimation. Gage has had a few channels shut down, and I think he'd be probably around Zach's mark right now. But it's not the same as it was 10 years ago, shit. Look at old Undertaker Freak 1127 because he's one of the very few old ranters left. Because the imbecile decided that he wanted to blow up his old channel, he's had to make a new one. Well, several new ones that he's tucked tail and closed on. He's stuck to his current one, which now has over 1,000 subs. But obviously that's a fraction of the 40,000 he used to have. So it's not that easy to gain that traction as a ranter on modern YouTube. So that's something I miss from the older YouTube, is the ability for ranters to grow and thrive. Well, obviously I'm growing and thriving, and as I've said many times before, I'm doing far better than I ever thought I would when I started this shit. But I do genuinely think I would be further ahead and have a much, much, much higher sub count if I was doing this, you know, during the prime of the old Rant community. So that's something I miss, is the ability for myself and my friends to grow exponentially. Because I genuinely think that a lot of my friends would have far higher sub counts as well. There are some of them I think are better than me. I'll throw that out there and say I think some of them are much better than me. I'm pretty good at the ha-ha funny stuff and the insults. I'm better at the editing, simply because y'all have seen some of the editing tricks I can do now that I'm getting used to shortcut. But as far as pure ranting goes, I think people like Steve are actually probably better at off-the-cuff sort of ranting and talking about shit and conversing. Look at me. I mean, I can't really rip on too many people for speaking English poorly when I speak English like a guy with a fucking head injury. English is my first language and I'm not that good at it. I'm good at being entertaining. I would say my number one quality is being entertaining. Ranting is a steep number 2. Y'all should see some of the videos I make where it takes me multiple takes to actually puke the right words together in a sentence. There are several videos where I get partway through a sentence, my brain will go, "Huh," and I'll then have to do a retake because I forgot what I was saying in the middle of a fucking sentence. But the point is this, YouTube isn't as ranter friendly as it used to be. 9 or 10 years ago, I feel like a lot of my mates and I would be thriving. I would say that a lot of them would be really, really fucking thriving. Because I think we have some genuinely good ranters in the Rant community. It's a lot of the newer people that have just started making content more frequently. They're very, very good. It's just they've all sort of started ranting at the wrong time, so to speak. I don't know what the fuck you'd blame it on. I would say again it's the changes to YouTube, but I don't know for sure. Either way, there are some good ranters out there. There's just not the growth and the ability to grow that there used to be, and it's a damn shame. I guess it is what it is. Anyway, thank you for listening to me talk about the Rant community again. I'm Damian Skyfire. Till next time.